Hey folks, Frostbite Vinny here. Got another tutorial for you today. It's part of my tutorial series. This will be part 2. This may be the last part, I don't know. But today we're going to cover how to import and animate a track, a GPX track or a GPX route in Google Earth. Okay, so here's our Google Earth, got that open. And what I want to show you, you're going to have to navigate first to your routing software. I'm using Basecamp, and navigate to your track. I'm going to be using this track here. This is called Kyle to Wounded Knee. This is in South Dakota on the Pine Ridge Reservation. And what I'm going to do here is, just for the sake of this video, making it short as possible and informative as possible, I'm going to split this track. So I'm going to do that quick. I'm just going to split it. Say start here, left click, right click, split track here. I'm going to split this here. And the reason I'm doing that is because if we make it too long, we'll be here for hours on end. I'm going to split that track. So let's find what we got here. Track 26, that's our little section here. So we're going to be exporting this track into a file. So to do that, I've got the track selected, track 26. For Basecamp users, for all you Basecamp haters out there, I don't care. I like Basecamp. So I'm going to go to File, Export, Export Selection, and I'm going to choose a file to export it to. I'm going to choose Google Earth Animation, and we'll put that into that file. Okay. Now we can minimize this out, and we're back to Google Earth. Now, to import a track into Google Earth, simply go to File and Import. But first I want to cover some bases, some settings that you want to mess with to make this animation look as good as possible. In order to do that, go up to your Tools and your Options, and here you're going to focus on touring. And what I've got here set is I've got this time between features. I'm not quite sure what that does exactly, but I've got it set to 10 seconds. This wait add feature, as I've explained in my other video, part 1, the wait on feature of 3 seconds when you're out in space like this. If you choose to be out in space like this, going to zoom out to your first point, going to wait for 3 seconds, and then begin track. Camera tilt angle is going to be whether you see looking straight down at the ground, which would be 0, or if you're at 75 degrees, which would be off your track, and it kind of gives you more of a curvy drone-like feature. The camera range I've got set to 70 meters, and we're going to play with these two features here as far as looking straight at the ground and 75 degrees and meters of 70 and 170, just to give us some altitude. Now the speed is the speed of which the track actually plays. So you can go slow or fast. What 150 means, I am not sure what 150 means, but it said at 150. That was the default. When you first open this up, it's going to be set to default, so you're going to want to change your settings. I've got the high fidelity to be the audio quality, which my microphone is acting up, so my audio quality sucks. Okay, let's just click OK. Okay, now we're going to import this track. Go to File, Import, and we want to navigate to file that we saved our track to. Here we got track 26. I'm going to open that up, and we'll open that. And here, you can select Create KML Tracks, Create KML Line Strings, and adjust altitudes to ground height. And I believe this altitude to ground height, if you have like hills and stuff, it's going to move up and down with ground height, I think. You don't really want to use KML tracks because for whatever reason, they're difficult, if not impossible, to animate. So choose KML line strings and adjust your altitude. Just click OK. Okay. And that's going to bring us in and show us our little track. There it is. You can see all these track points, right? There's our little track. This is going to come up as GPS device into temporary places. Now we want to put that in my places simply because Google Earth Pro and Google Earth has a tendency to crash, and if it crashes and you have it in temporary places, you will lose all your work. So let's move that to my places. So simply left click, drag it up to my places, and bada bing, bada boom, there it is. Now you notice it's red and there's all these points here, which is fine if that's what you want. That's not what I want for video animation because it's unsightly. In order to get rid of that, you just simply click on this little right facing triangle here and you'll have tracks. Click on that, and then you'll have your track, and then you will click on that, you'll have your point, and you click on that. And this will show you all your points. And if you want here, you could import the entire track, or I split it in Basecamp, which would show the whole route. And you can actually go in and, like say, choose a track and delete these out. And also, if you don't want those points on there, you simply uncheck it. Watch here, points go away. Okay, that looks better. But still, we have, this is the path. You don't want that path to be visible in your video, which you probably don't. You can just simply uncheck it, path goes away. You do want it, and you want it, say, a different color other than red. You can just simply right click, select path, right click, go to your properties. You can change the name if you want. I'm just going to leave it path. You can change it to whatever you want. And you can change the color. Go with something, let's say green. I'll just demonstrate how you can change the color. So there you go. Change the color. Now for my purposes, when I actually animate this, I do not want to have any color. I want just the road. I don't want anything to distract me. So I'm going to go ahead and uncheck that now. Now what we can do is let's zoom out into Earth, or out into space, excuse me. Zoom out into space. There. Now we can check out our video animation. We have path selected. And this is our player button here. This is going to bring up a player control. Zoom out a little more. And here you're going to see the ground, the degree, the tilt degree, and the ground height. And what else? Yeah, that's it. Let's play it. Let's see what it looks like. I'm going to bring up our player controller. Built in. And there's our path. You can see we have ground and horizon. Following. It's done there. Now in this instance, you see where it stopped. If I simply try and, if I want to go back out in space, it's not going to work at this point. So what you need to do is when it stops here at ground level, you just simply click this upper right hand corner, exit ground level view, and it'll bring you up in space. Or the other option would be to take this bar back, and you're back out in space again. So let's close that out. So we know that level looks pretty good, but I want to change it. I want to show you, demonstrate what it looks like if we're just on the ground, or facing straight down on the ground. So I'm going to change my camera tilt angle to, I'm going to say 10 degrees. I'm going to go 10, add your decimal in, and that will save it there. And the camera range, I'm going to lift it up a bit, go to 170 decimal, hit apply, and okay. Okay, now we'll demonstrate how that looks looking straight down at the ground. Picks up our player control. Now you can see I'm up in space a little bit, looking straight down, not straight down at a 10-degree angle. And you can fast forward through this if you want. Or you can go backwards. If you don't want to mess with the slide or exiting out of the ground view, you can just simply reverse out and it'll take you back out into space like so. Okay, I'm going to close the roller out. Now that we're satisfied with that, well, we aren't quite satisfied. I'm going to go back to options and I'm going to change my tilt angle back to 75 decimal, and I'm going to change this to back to 70 decimal and hit apply. Okay. Now I just want to double check. I'm going to go tools and options. Make sure make sure that was saved properly. So I'm at 75 and 70. I know we're good there. Let's just double check it to make sure it's gonna play, and we're gonna record it and it looks all cool and pretty and stuff. Here's my weight feature, 1, 2, 3. It's in that touring option. And we can obviously fast forward through this. Bring this back, our bar back, so it'll bring us out into space. Now I'm going to close this player controller out. Now we're going to move on to actually making begin the process of making a video animation. So I've got my path selected. What you want to do is select your path, right click. I'm going to add a tour. Now what this will do, it will bring up a recording box. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm simply going to hit record. And I'm going to play the tour. This will allow us to make a video animation so that we can import it into our video editor. The speed in the touring settings. That's where they either go slow or fast. Okay. So I'm going to save this. I'm going to do it as test tour, test GPX. Okay. Okay. Now it's saved right there. I'm going to stop recording. Now I'm going to close this box out. Now it's going to play. Let's let it play. Put down on the ground. Make sure we're happy with it. If we aren't, we can always change these altitudes and tilt angle. Recorded more than I wanted it to, but that's okay. Now we'll drag our bar back. We're back in an outer space like I want it. Uh-oh, screwed up. Messed up. Something messed up. I'm going to exit this ground. I might have messed that up, so we'll see. I'm going to go back into outer space. That's okay if we messed up. Then if you run across the same problem, you will know how to fix it. I'm going to orientate my Earth as I want it to be out in space. Simply play this test tour again. Make sure. If you click on the wrong area in the screen in Google Earth, it will do funky things. So it'll do it what you tell it, even though you don't think you're telling it to do anything. Let that play through just to make sure it's good. Now what I'm going to do, just to be safe, I'm going to reverse this out. Wrap it through. There we go. Go back out. So that's saved. Our test tour is saved into My Places, not Temporary Places. Now we're going to make a video animation. And depending on what you choose here, I'm going to show you quick. Select Test Tour, go to Tools, and Movie Maker. Now, it's going to save it into My Places. Right there, it would be Test GPX Tour. And it's going to save it to my file that I selected, or whatever file you want to select. Mine's Google Earth Animation. You can browse for whatever file you want. And for my purposes here, just to make this as short as possible, I'm going to choose 720. Because I can tell you right now, this little section, I'm going to guess it's going to take, I'm going to say in the order of, I'll guess 3 hours. See how close I come. But you select, say, 4K or 2K or 1080. 4K, I would think, to render this down, I'm gonna say 12 hours. But we aren't going to go there. And the reason why I'm telling you this is when you start creating this movie, your computer will not be available for anything else but rendering this video down. So you're creating a movie and you're in 4K, say it takes 12 hours, you won't be able to get into Chrome, Firefox, your email, Facebook, anything. It will not be available to you. Nothing. So we've got it at 720, 60 frames a second. And I'm going to save it as a WMV. And here you can set your picture quality to minimum, low, medium, high. I'm just going to leave it at maximum. Okay, I don't know if that affects the video or not, but we're going to check it anyway. So now we're going to create this movie, and I will be back in 2 to 4 hours. Okay, here we go. Okay, that took considerably less time than I thought. That was only about 5 minutes. I'm at 99%. I was trying to figure out why. Well, if I go back to my base camp, this route is only 0.6 of a mile, so a little over half a mile. I've got a short length of road, and was at 720p. Not short of a distance. Obviously, if you have a longer distance like I've tried before, say 14 miles, it takes a long time. But for the purposes of this video, you'll see that it doesn't take too long if you have something short. Now we want to try and recall where we put that file. I don't quite remember, so if you go back to Movie Maker, I saved it in Google Earth Animation. So let's check out our animation, see what it looks like. Let's open up that file. Where did it go? Hang on. I've got to. This. That is it. Okay. Let's play this video. Navigate to my file. Google Earth Animation. I thought I saved it as Test GPX. Sorry, I got confused. Let's play this, see what it looks like. Here's my weight feature, 1000, 1001, 1002, 1003. So the quality here is pretty good. You can see the speed's a little fast. Okay, you can speed that up or slow it down as you desire. Change your camera tilt angle, your altitude, whatever you want. Pretty short, fine. So there you have it. That is how to animate a GPX file, whether it be a track or a route. They're both the same. I'm going to zoom out. Zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. That's about all you need to know, and obviously you can change these tools and these options however you want. You can change this wait feature to 1 second or possibly 0, where it just goes, zooms in and boom goes. Your tilt angle again is going to be whether stop. Tilt angle is going to be whether you're looking at ground at 0, say, perpendicular to the ground, or at a certain degree from the ground. So you get your ground and horizon depending upon your needs and desires. These I don't know, I haven't played with these yet, but we're okay there. So there it is. There's your little tutorial. Hope that was helpful. Hope that was informative. If you have any questions or comments or corrections for me, please put them in the comments below. And also, if you would please consider liking and subscribing to my video, or my channel, excuse me. I'm not looking to be a big channel, but what I would like to do is stop YouTube from putting ads on my channel, and the only way to disable ads on a YouTube channel is to have 1,000 subscribers or more. So I'd like to reach 1,000 just for the simple reason that I want to eliminate ads on my channel. No other reason. I don't want to make money. 1,000 subscribers, I probably make 5 cents a month. No big deal. So anyways, thank you very much. Again, please consider liking and subscribing. And we will see you in the next one, if I have a next one. I don't know, but anyways, Frostbite out. Bye.